Koran 88, verse 1. Has the narration reached you of the overwhelming calamity?
Good grief! Mohammed has repeated this dreadful tale of woe so many times he's become the prophet of doom.
Some faces, all believers, Jews and Christians, that day will be humiliated, downcast, scorched by the burning fire, while they are made to drink from a boiling hot spring.
Mohammed's continued desire to burn his detractors and force them to drink boiling water serves as confirmation he was abused. In all probability he was burnt with fire and punished with scalding water. Still feeling unloved, the victimized boy became victimizer by threatening all who stood in his way with the same torments he himself endured. The lack of any historical evidence, scriptural or otherwise, surrounding Mohammed's childhood makes the molestation charge difficult to prove. All we have is the testimony of the victim, yet it is plentiful, consistent, and convincing. Mohammed's desire to see his critics punished, to suffer in the same manner he suffered, is unexplainable any other way. Victims victimize in like fashion. Abuse breeds abuse.
Koran 88, verse 6. They shall have no food but a poisonous plant with bitter thorns, which will neither nourish nor satisfy hunger.
It obviously haunted him, and his torments have survived to haunt us today. Even as he transitions to paradise, Mohammed can't restrain himself. He must tweak the nose of those who are verbally abusing him. Heaven is being rid of them. In a way, it's very, very sad.
Koran 88, verse 8. Other faces will be joyful, glad with their endeavor. In a lofty garden they hear no harmful speech. Verse 12. Therein will be a bubbling spring, raised throne-like couches, drinking cups ready placed, cushions set in rows, and rich silken carpets all spread out.
In most political doctrines, utopia reflects the desires of the inventor. The more vividly Mohammed portrays heaven, the more we learn about his ambitions. Just as in his depictions of hell, with each word we see the prophet more clearly. For a closer look, consider
Bukhari. Allah's apostles said, the first group who will enter paradise will be glittering like the moon, and those who will follow will glitter like the most brilliant star. They will not urinate, relieve nature, spit, or have any nasal secretions. Their combs will be gold, and their sweat will smell like musk. Their companions will be houris, or virgins. All of them will look alike, and will be 60 cubits tall.
Without missing a beat, we turn from paradise to camels.
Koran 88, verse 17. Will they not consider the camels, how they are created, and the sky, how it is raised, the mountains, how they are rooted, and the earth, how it is spread out?
Unable to perform a miracle, Mohammed claimed the oddest things as proof.
Verse 21. So remind, you are only a reminder. You are not a warden over them, except for those who turn away and disbelieve, in which case he will be punished with the severest punishment. Verily to us they will return.
The Islamic God is saying that his prophet is the jailkeeper for all of those who deny Islam, so that he, Allah, can personally attend to our punishment. Each surah we have reviewed has been incriminating. Let's hope Mohammed improves with practice. I, for one, would like to read something positive and uplifting for a change.
Quran 89, verse 1. I swear by the dawn and the 10 nights, and the even and the odd, and the night when it departs.
This is not a very auspicious start. It's bad enough swearing by night and darkness. Swearing by odd and even smacks of numerology, another occult practice.
Quran 89, verse 5. There is surely another oath for a thinking man.
And I hope the Islamic God finds it before he drives us crazy.
Verse 6. Saw you not how your Lord dealt with Ad, possessors of lofty buildings, the likes of which were not produced in all the land?
I'm reasonably sure the grandeur of Rome, the beauty of the Acropolis, the splendor of Ephesus, the temples of Karnak, the pyramids along the Nile, the metropolis that was Babylon, dwarfed the
lofty buildings, the likes of which were not produced in all the land.
For variety's sake, the God of the Koran should try truth occasionally.
Koran 89 verse 9. And Thumud, who hewed out huge rocks in the valley, and with Pharaoh, who had the stakes to torture men, who terrorized the region and multiplied mischief.
If this God is being honest about the Thumud, why haven't archaeologists unearthed any of their huge cut stones? And why isn't there any evidence of Pharaoh terrorizing his people or being corrupt? Muhammad returns to his favorite subject, providing a veritable smorgasbord of victims. It was so multicultural of him.
Koran 89 verse 12. All made mischief, so your Lord poured on them the disaster of his torment, a scourge of diverse chastisements.
I think we get the message. The Islamic God is a terrorist. Reading the Quran causes me to wonder why the media is so protective, even supportive of Islam. Page after page it chafes against the values liberals hold dear. How has the media overlooked the religion's preoccupation with hate speech? There has been no talk of tolerance or peaceful coexistence in these pages. Surah after surah has been about scourges, disasters, punishments. Sure, liberals tout diversity, but not when it defines the variety of torments. Stealing a line from Zayed again, the dark spirit of Islam says,
in Quran 89:14, most surely your Lord is lying in wait, watching.
It's little wonder communists and Muslims get along so well. Somebody is always watching. Step out of line and you get
a scourge of diverse chastisements. Quran 89:15, now as for man, when his Lord gives him gifts, he says all puffed up, my Lord has honored me. But when he tries him, restricting his subsistence, he says in despair, my Lord has humiliated me, he despises me. Nay, nay, it is because you don't honor the orphan.
Gee, I wonder who that might be. Do you know an orphan who needs to be honored?
And urge not the feeding of the poor, and you devour inheritance, all with greed, and you love wealth.
If Muhammad wants us to believe these are God's words, he's going to have to be a little less transparent. His childhood is showing, as is his greed. He's afraid his kin will devour the wealth he covets, the income streams of the Kaaba Inc., before he can steal them.
Quran 89 verse 21. Nay, when the earth is made to crumble, and the Lord comes, his angels rank upon rank, and hell is brought face to face, man will remember. But how will that avail him? For his chastisement will be such as no other can inflict. None punishes as he will punish. None can bind as he will bind.
Allah is number one in chastisements, punishments, and imprisonments. At least he's good at something.
Quran 89 verse 29. Enter then among my devotees, yea, enter into my paradise.
I'll take a pass on that. Thanks anyway.